What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's daily market recap. In today's episode, I'm going to break down my trades for the day. Now, I'll say right now, today's a little bit of a slow day. Obvious reason for it, I'm wearing red. See, here's the problem. Yesterday, I had a class in the afternoon, and I did all the right things. I wore green, I was feeling really good, and it was unbelievable. There was an AWS, Amazon outage. The servers were not running. I mean, it was like unbelievable. I'm trying to teach a live class, and it just didn't go well. And so this morning when I was getting dressed, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be, superstition doesn't work anymore, clearly, after yesterday. I'm not gonna be, living my life unable to wear red every single day. It's been too long. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna put this on. And I come downstairs and immediately I get a compliment. Hey, is that a new sweatshirt? It looks great on you. I said, no, I've had it for 5 years. I've just never worn it because it's red. But you know what? It does look good on me and I feel good. So then I came over and I sat down and I started trading. I saw there was nothing on the scanners and immediately I took it off. I said, you know what? Not today. Not today. I can't take this risk. So I took it back off. So I took it off and I just put it on the ground. It was near me. And you know what? This is going to be the way it's emotional conditioning. I'm going to start trading just with the red a little closer, and then maybe eventually I'll be willing to have it draped over my shoulder, but we're not there yet, not today. So, but sadly, just wearing it in my office by itself was obviously enough to throw off the entire US stock market today. And so I'm kind of stressed out about that and I'd like to apologize for it, but what's done is done. So let's look at the scans, let's look at the charts. MLGO squeezing up, and guess what? I'm not touching it. That's the stock that ruined my day on Friday. I don't even want to hear the name, so don't say that name around me. And you know what? This is a red shirt, a Chinese stock. Maybe it's just too much. So doesn't matter. MLGO, not touching that. I don't care how high it goes. The price action on it on Friday was awful, and I'm not going to get caught into that trap. So today I sit down. Well, first I pull up my scans, as usual on my phone at around 6:15, 6:20. And there was really nothing that looked good. There were some lower price stocks, penny stocks. I was like, oh boy, that's not going to work so well. So we had some lower price stocks that were moving, but no interest in those. And so when I came over and sat down, I saw XNET was up a bit. And I was like, XNET, all right. Well, what's the story with this? It's a 31 million share float stock, and it's a Chinese stock, so red, all right, and that's risky. And I'm just thinking, I just don't think I could trust it. So when I first pulled up the level 2 on XNET, I also noted that it was easy to borrow. So the price is okay. It does have volume, it's moving, but the float's higher, it's easy to borrow. And I don't know, I was not feeling confident on it. So 7 a.m., I'm like, nope, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. I literally didn't take my first trade until 8:40. I sat here for an hour and 40 minutes in the presence of this dang red sweatshirt, and I didn't take a single trade. Now at that point I was like, this is unprecedented. I haven't had a day this year where I didn't take a single trade. I got to move the red sweatshirt out of the room. It's just too close to me physically. So I was like, all right, we're taking another step back. I'm going to put it out in the hallway. So I put it out in the hallway. I come back, I sit down and I say, you know what? XNET suddenly isn't looking so bad. And so I took my first trade on it. Now, here's the deal. So XNET, easy to borrow. Basically, I was not interested in it until I started to feel like maybe early shorts were getting squeezed. And for me, I took my first trade on it right here. It popped up, it pulled back, and when it came back up, I took my first trade on it right there. I bought 5,000 shares and then added to a 30,000 share position. And it went from about $4.75 up to just under $5 a share. Not bad. So it actually broke over 5 to 504, it dipped back down, back up to 504, dipped back down, and then I stopped out, took my profit. So right there, locked up, boom, $3,136. I'm on the leaderboard, but it's 8:40, so it's already getting pretty close to the open. It ends up pulling back again, comes back up, and I didn't get back in on this move because I thought this was going to break 5 and hold over 5, and it didn't. So I was like, nah, see, I'm not going to trust that. So then the next stock I trade was RILY. Now, this stock had popped up on the scanners earlier. I didn't trade it. It pulled back, came back up, pulled back, and I got in right here just before that red candle. I was looking for the squeeze through the high, sort of an ABCD pattern. It had news, floats a little higher on this one as well, 16 million shares, but it was not easy to borrow. It was kind of moving, and I got in, and a second after I got in, there was a 100,000 share seller on the ask. So didn't think it was going to break that level, so I just stopped out, lost $980. So that was my second trade of the day. So now I'm up $2,000 coming to the open, and I'm asking myself, what was I thinking bringing that red sweatshirt over here? So I think maybe I should actually just go put it outside. So I go put the red sweatshirt outside. I come back, I sit down again, and I pull up NIXX, and I said, this one is interesting. We had this nice move here, kind of rallies up. It reminds me a little bit of ENVB yesterday, right? So what did ENVB do for us yesterday? Yesterday, very similar move, and it squeezed up right at the opening bell. So when NIXX started to pop up, I say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump on this. And we did get a pop right there at the open, but it didn't pull away. It was enough for me to lock up with 17,000 shares, about $2,200 of profit. But realistically today, my average winners were, let's see, about 10 cents on this one and like 12 cents on this one. So 11-cent average winners. And my one loser was with 12,000 shares. So it was like a 9-cent loser, 8-cent loser. So yeah, I mean, I guess my accuracy was 2 winners and 1 loser, 66%. Profit loss ratio, kind of about 1-to-1. I'm green, $4,300 on the day, but that's not even my cold market daily goal, which is $5,000. So, but at the same time, should I push it? No, I don't think so. There's no reason I should. There's nothing here telling me that I should push it, that I should take the risk, and that I should be aggressive. There's just nothing right now today that looks good. And so even though, MLGO popping up a little bit, I know some traders, probably jumping on that. Look, I'll say let's do a pop quiz. All right, pop quiz, MLGO, here we go. So you've got a stock right now hitting the scanners, squeezing up, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's popping higher, and then all of a sudden, what do we get? A red candle. Now, we've got to get perspective here. This stock has a 6.3 million share float right there. It's got well over 1 million shares of volume. It's got a decent amount of volume, but it has no fresh news today. Now we've got a high volume red candle. It pulls back. We get a second candle in a row, pulls back. This second candle has a bottoming tail, which is bullish. So if the next candle makes a new high over this high right here, there's a possible long right there with a stop at the low. What happens? Do we buy? And the answer is yes. And that gives you a nice trade. Now, sadly, I didn't want to trade that because I had a bad experience with this stock just the other day. Now, the bad experience I had was in part my own fault because I got stubborn. It wasn't the stock's fault, it was my own fault. So, I shouldn't really blame it on the stock, but unfortunately, when you have a bad experience with a stock, it can make you a little off put from trading it again. And that was the case for me. And so I ended up missing or choosing not to take this trade, but that was a good setup. All right. So anyways, it's fine. I didn't take that trade. It does go from about 490 up to 570, 10,000 shares. That could have been a $7,000 winner. But now it's pulling back down. Total volume on MLGO right now, let's see. Let me just pull up the level 2 on it. So MLGO, actually now it's got 11 million shares of volume. In these candles it had, let's see, 1.3 million shares. And then a lot of volume came in as it broke over 5. But yeah, now it's pulling back down. So today, not an easy day, pretty choppy. And, we're coming towards the end of the month. So just going to try to lock up, the green day today, lock up a green day tomorrow. And, if I can make this a no red month, that would be pretty nice. I'm on a nice hot streak here, which, being on a hot streak can give you this sort of confidence where, if I have a no trade day, because you've got, it's almost like, I don't know, being in a race or something where you've got such a big lead that, you don't really have to like panic. Like, let's say like you're riding a bike, you're in a road race, and you get a flat tire, but you got such a crazy good lead. It's like, all right, let's just pop the tire out, switch it out, and keep going. I don't need to get flustered. I don't need to get like off my game. Like, I'm in such a position of confidence that I can just like roll with the punches. So I'm going to roll with the punches of today being a slower day. Obviously, the experiment of bringing red back into my world is not successful, so that's not going to happen again anytime soon. But you know what? I got a little red on the t-shirt. I do like this, and that's that's probably as far as we're going to go at this point. So thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, streaming 7 a.m. for members here at Warrior Trading. So I'll see you guys then, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And if you haven't checked out some of these broker platform demos that I've been recording, I hope you do check them out. There's going to be some more coming over the weekend. All right, thanks as always for tuning in. Reminder, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so please manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you guys in the morning.